Good evening, everybody. Welcome to VSL, and welcome to a very different German Grand Prix to what you might have been expecting. We have merged Tier 1 and Tier 2 together to become one massive tier. And yes, this is our first race that we're going to be using that, and a brand new scoring system as well. And it's going to be a lot to get your head around, and yeah, I'm going to have to do my best in this to you know, explain. So hopefully I can. And yeah, so obviously this is a qualifying session, and there are a couple of changes happening here as well. Also, you have both tiers, and they both still have their separate championships, F1 and F2. And for F1, there will be, you know, the pool for F1 and the pool for F2 as well, and I believe there'll be separate points for both of them. And yeah. Well, just, you know, separate pools for each. Anyway, like I say, I'll get there, don't worry. And in the races as well, it'll probably be easier to judge the races for both tiers as well, because F1 will get 25 points for their top scorer, and F2 will get 25. So say a driver in F1 finishes, you know, first, as you might expect, then they'll get their 25 points, and say the highest F2 driver is 6th. Say they will still get 25 points because they're the highest in their tier. So while we have a massive grid, there's technically 2 races going on, if that makes sense. And yes, that'd be fun to not get confused over, hopefully. And like I say, it's our first race doing it, so if I get anything wrong, then I apologise. But yes, as the qualifying session goes on, we're in the early stages now, so I should try and get the lists of all the drivers in the tiers, and yes, run you through their championship standings. So we lost Cliffy during the week, I think, so that means that he's not the leader of F1 anymore. As you might have remembered, he was sort of running away with it. He was doing a very good job, and yeah, so unfortunately he's not here anymore. So that means the new F1 championship leader is Matt, who's currently there in 6th place. Hasn't set a lap yet. So he's top ahead of Matter in P2. And he is quite a sizable margin. I think he's 69 points behind. So Matt's on 124. Matter is on 55. And then just 1 point behind that, we've got Zenki in 3rd. And then AFC Matthew. A lot of Matts and Matthews and all sorts up there. He's a further 4 points behind, so it's nice and close to the battle for P2. We've got Lee as well on 48, Future on 45. So really, you know, 10 points separating 2nd and 6th. So that is going to be interesting to see. Then you've got Tom and Bugatti, De Fletcher and Magid Showman. And yeah, that is the F1 drivers, and I think most of them are here, and that looks like a very good save there from Cody. We'll go to that. Yeah, apologies if I get any of the names wrong as well, because this is the first time I'm seeing these guys. So yes, apologies if I get your name wrong. I'll get it right next week, I promise. And yeah, let's look at the F2 standings as well. They are a little bit closer in terms of the championship lead. We've got Yuri, who's down there in 16th, Matt's teammate, who's well, you know, the Renault Matt's teammate. So they're 2 championship leaders, both top of their tiers, and both being teammates. That means their constructors will be looking pretty good. And yes, Yuri then is on 144, Bear the Sniper 131, Robo Jeep 119, Major Davis on 95, Big Metza 82, Ahmed 50, Liam Omatic 33, Goater on 26, Coney on 17, and Luke Craddock on 10. And like I say, I have to try and just remember who's in each tier. And yeah, well, something else I completely forgot to mention. I think the way we're doing this is that we're going to, oh dear, that's a spin you'll see often in a session like this on this track, because out of that turn there's just no traction. So yeah, a common mistake there to see, and Luke has unfortunately spun off on camera. So there you go. There's your 15 seconds of fame as you go and spin off. Is there anyone else to watch? Just wonder if everyone's actually on a lap. I don't know if Lee's on a lap or an in lap. I mean, he's on the mediums. They'll go 3 or 4 laps until you need to pit. But anyway, yes, the teams, the way they work. Basically, we're going to have one F1 driver and one F2 driver in each constructor. This just helps the constructors challenge to stay close, because you don't want to have 2 F1 drivers, say, in the same constructor team, because then, you know, they'll probably just pull away. So having one F1 and one F2 in the same constructor for every constructor just means that the constructors challenge will be very close. So yeah, that's a point as well. I need to actually ask how many points you get for pole. I think it's 1 for pole and 1 for fastest lap, and both tiers will get that. If I'm right about that. Looks like I can ask about that anyway. Because I did ask this like 5 minutes ago, and I really should remember this. And yeah, the constructor's maximum is 54 per race. So, you know, I think it's 1 for each. 1 for pole, 1 for uppers. Anyway, yeah, Lee is still going around there. There are people on the ultra softs at the moment. Okay, so yes, it is 1 point. So what to do? And yeah, like I say, Bugatti's on ultras, and it's probably better we have a look at their best times just to show that some of them. Well, that's interesting. People are doing fastest laps on 0 lap old tires. That's the game there for you. But some people are doing their fast lap on ultras early on. I'm quite surprised to see people on ultras. I would have thought we would have saw them possibly soft at the most. As you can see, Bugatti there, he doesn't want to do his lap, so he slows down and proceeds, and then goes off the track instantly. Probably not the best time for you there. Don't want to be doing that on your proper lap. Let's watch Robo Jeep. Oh dear. People are getting confused in the chat. Oh no. Tom thinks it's 45 points. I'm pretty sure it's 54. No, Tom, because both tiers, the winner of both tiers races gets 25 points. Both tiers will have 10 point scores. Say we have a full grid of 20. Then the winners of both tiers will get 50 points overall. You know, 25 each, and then poles a point and fastest laps a point, and both tiers will have that as well. So that means there'll be 2 fastest laps and 2 pole position points, and then the 50 points for the 2 winners overall means the maximum for a constructor is 54, not 45. So Robo Jeep there goes P11, and yeah, like I say, I think they'll end up qualifying on softs at the end. Ah dear, Tom forgot both tiers combined. Do you want me to explain all the rules for you all over again? Oh dear. Anyway, here's the Fletcher, the Haas driver. Is it the only Haas driver here, or is that Kyle also in a Haas? It is Kyle also in a Haas. He's looking to do a lap on ultras right now, so yeah, we'll catch up on that one later on, because he's already pretty high up the order. And yeah, just need to check the tiers again, just so that I'm not getting lost here. Alright, so the Fletcher, this is an F1 driver on 0 points according to the current standings, so we'll be hoping to get off the mark. And I don't even see Kyle's name in the standings, but I'm gonna assume he's F2, because that would make some sense. And if he's not, then oh well, we'll deal with that later on. But anyway, here's the Fletcher around the final corner, and coming to the line to go quickest on the soft, as you would expect there. And we'll probably see that a bit more from other people. And we've got 10 people in the stream, by the way, so hi there everybody. And Kyle, probably a little bit compromised there by the Ferrari and Major Davis, I think that is. Ah yeah, of course, Kyle's better than Sniper. Sorry, completely forgot about that. Yeah, okay, so right, Kyle is better than Sniper. So better than Sniper then. That's who used to be nice Kyle, and yes, he's second in the F2 standings. Yeah. So giant contender, and I mean, it has to be said, he's doing a pretty decent job. I know he's on the ultras, but you know, to be currently P3 on the grid, certainly leading the F2 fight for pole there. With Yuri all the way down now in 13th, obviously two-step lower tyres, like, but yeah. Yes, like I say, we've got 10 people here, so hello, welcome to VSL. We had a lovely wee shake up of the rules that have with the season. We've had both tiers combine, and loads of new point systems, and loads of team pairings, and all sorts. And I'll explain it all after qualifying as well, as they're on the formation lap. But, you know, let's just focus on this for now. And actually watch the session, because there is 5 minutes to go, and there is a fight for a pole going on here. And Schulman here, he's on a lap, I think, on ultras. I think they are a proper flying out. His teammate there gets out of the way. I think that has as well. People moving off the track, so no blocking really, apart from what we saw from Ferrari earlier, which really wasn't that bad, to be honest. I think it didn't really affect Kyle's lap at the end. But anyway, yes, that's where his teammate went off there, Schulman. He has not made the same mistake, and he's only got one more corner to go. And we'll see where he ends up. He's currently third in the F1 standings, and now he's first on the F1 standings. Only 3/10 ahead of the two-step harder tyre of the softs. So I don't think he's going to stay there in that P1 spot. But you know, let's not give up on him. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll improve later on. But for now, that's probably not going to be enough for pole. And yeah, I guess it depends just how many people actually decide to qualify on the softs. It's just I think, yeah, I guess you could do ultras. I don't know how far you could take them. I think I've seen other league races where they've been able to take them 9 or 10 laps, but they're absolutely ruined by then. And then you can't get the mediums to the end without them going all doolally and going all disastrously wrong. So you'd think the smartest option would be to qualify on the softs, but we've already seen that a few people in that top 4 have went for ultra softs. So I don't know. I guess it means we have some varying strategies, makes it more exciting in the race. And yeah, Lee has started his lap then, and heads into the DRS straight. Although it's not really a straight, it's more just a massive curve. Very massive curve, just doesn't ever seem to end. This is probably the main overtaking spot for the race, this hairpin, by the way. So, as you would expect, with a massive DRS stretch, it'll be, yeah, easy to get into such streaming pass. You'll need about 5/10 of a second at the most to be able to catch and pass if you're using the ERS correctly. I mean, you could even be right on the border, and if the guy you're trying to pass using like no ERS and no fuel, and you're on maximum everything, I guess you can catch up. It's just one of them really good straights. So, yeah, expect to see a lot of overtaking happening there, but we've only got 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the session here, and we're still seeing the 3 drivers, all F1 drivers, haven't set some times yet, and it'll probably be well advised that they get a move on, don't you think? Because they don't want to be ending up last, because that'd just be a bit of a disaster. Here's Yuri, currently trailing his championship rival by quite a lot, by 9 positions. Not gonna do him any good. And don't forget, there is a pole for the F2 pole position and a point for the F1 pole position. So even if you're sailing qualifying in 50 F2 guys, or 4th as Kyle is right now, then that's actually worth a point if they are the top of their tier. So yeah, every qualifier really counts here, and you need to nail it, and we'll see how Yuri does here. And yeah, I just wonder if they will be able to go ultras to mediums. I'm trying to remember, because I watched the league race the other day, and oh, Uriel's a bit wide, and it just didn't look like it was a very viable option. And Yuri there doesn't beat Kyle, so Kyle getting the upper hand then on Yuri. He will be gaining a point on him as it stands. And yeah, looks like Romaji's retired for the session. And we got Mata right there, and Zenki just retired from the session, so Zenki, that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? And Luke as well. I wonder if there was any mistakes on the laps or something. Anyway, here comes Matthew. It'll be interesting to see where he ends up going. He has a real chance here, as well as Defletcher. His future goes off into Narnia. I think he's just getting out of the way of people. I don't really know what's happening there. It'll be Defletcher who gets this, but we'll see. There's a lot of stuff going wrong here. If anyone can get through this, I'll be amazed. Went P3. Now, let's see. This is where remembering tears becomes a nightmare. He's not an F2. I thought he might have been an F2 for a second, but no, he's not. Here is EFC Matthew. He weaves across the line, and he's P6. And Defletcher, is this pole position? You would expect it to be pole position, but let's see. One more quarter to go. Oh, he's pitting, so he does not want to go for pole on them tyres, which is a wise option. Let's have a look at their best. So, Showman on pole then, at the moment, with them tyres. And Kyle as well going to be starting on the Ultra. So we've got 4 Ultra Soft qualifiers, 4 Ultra Soft qualifiers in the top 10. That's what I'm trying to get at. And now it's not. Because, yeah, who just went up there? That didn't even say. Or maybe I just can't count. Maybe that's just the issue. But anyway, yeah. So, let's just get this straight then. So, Showman, he gets a point. He is on pole for F1. So he has got a point in the bag already. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is now Kyle who's the F2 pole position. So he will get a point as well. I think. And yeah, just definitely gonna confirm this. Yes, the Fletcher's up there, Brigadier's up there. Future, yes, okay, so Showman gets a point and Kyle gets a point. And yeah, just sort of waiting for everyone to retire now. And there we go. So, that is qualifying then. And for anyone who's just joining, this is VSL. We've combined F1 and F2 into one tier. And yeah, this is our first time using it. And there are 2, it's basically, if you ever watched a WEC race, it's basically like having LMP1 and LMP2. Sort of, you know, it's 2 races in one here. And currently, it's Showman who's on pole for the F1 race, and Kyle, who's the highest qualifier for the F2 race. They both get a point for their respective championships. And I will also quickly mention that both F1 and F2 drivers have to share a team, so there'll be one F1 driver and one F2 driver in each team. That helps the Constructors' Championship. And yeah, so that'll be something to look out for. And like I say, there are 2 separate championships going on here. So that means F2, if we, you know, theoretically, when we have a 20 car grid, 10 F1 and 10 F2, there'll be 10 F1 scores and 10 F2 scores. Here today, I think we've only got 17, so it won't quite be that, so we'll have to work that one out at the end. But yeah, that's just a basic summary of what's going on here. And yeah, like I say, I just hope you understand. I hope I explained this well, because like I say, I'm only learning this myself. And like I say, I think there's the fastest lap point for each tier as well, so that'll be an extra point each for them as well. So just a lot to look out for in this first race, because obviously this is the first time we're trying it. It might take a while to sort of get everyone to understand what's going on, but I'm sure by the time we get to the next race, you know, people will have an idea of what's going on. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the F2 guys get on. But let's have a look at everyone's starting tyres. Obviously, Showman's going to want to pull away of this start, and Carl will want to be able to get the field as well as Yuri. But apart from that, then they really need to get moving, or else they're going to be really screwed over. But apart from them three, we've got everyone else on the soft compound tire, except for Robo Jeep, who's going to be going long, and Zenki, who is starting last in this race. So, yes, hello to the viewers who are just joining, and yeah, hope you're all looking forward to the race. She's just in the chat there that he just got murdered, so I think that was maybe why he was off in Narnia on this qualifying lap and just trying not to get in anybody's way. Which is, I guess, fair enough, but you know, questionable still at the same time. But yeah, it will be an interesting dynamic for this race. It's something we haven't seen really before, we haven't really tried this with VSL. I hope it works out well, because I think it'll be fascinating to see if the F2 drivers can get in amongst the F1 drivers and really give them some trouble, because you know you've got two F1 drivers and the championship leader for F1, remember, he is a top dog now in this tier. He's started right down in 16th place, so it'll be very interesting to see how he gets on, and yeah, be very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, they're all starting to park up on the grid now, all hitting their yellow lines, hopefully, if the game's got any sense. I don't think they have. And yeah, here we go. Last car comes round the final corner and lines up on the grid, and we're getting ready. It is VSL as you've never seen it before, and the lights are about to come on. We're about to start the German Grand Prix here. And here we go, the lights are on. Ahead of the drivers, 5 lights. They're away, really good start from Showman, that's what he needed. He should be able to get into turn 1 okay. And he does so, as long as he keeps him in the track limits, he'll be alright. Deflection making the move for third there, putting Bugatti off the track, and Kyle already starting to fall through the field a little bit. Falling behind Mafia, and he was on better tyres at the start, so it's quite surprising to see that. And it looks like Future's going to have a decent run here on Showman for the lead. We'll see how that one works out. He's closing. There's also stuff happening for third and further behind for 5th and 6th. And round the outside, does Future make that one work? I can't see him doing that one. But on the exit, actually, he might have a go. But surely on the better tyres, Showman should get away, and he does. Bugatti is side by side and now still behind. And we got, actually, round the outside again, trying Future. Does he go for the lead this time and keep it? Yes, I think he does. I can't see Showman going around the outside into here. Unless these two want to die, which is, you know, not fair for them. But they don't. And it is the leader of the race then for Future. Did not take him long, and Showman on the better tyres has not been able to make much of an advantage there. And looks like the Fletcher's fallen down into 5th place now. So his charge to the podium has seemed to end in a bit of a disaster. And Future then, fastest lap, already 5/10 clear, and Showman is struggling on them Ultra Sauce. They're going to take a couple of laps to overheat. They'll be about lap 5 or 6 before they really start to show that they're in trouble, but really for now they should be the quicker tyre. And yes, I think Kyle is still the top F2 driver. We've got Yuri challenging him. We've got a few cars challenging. There's Robo Jeep retires in the race. And we've got 5 cars here going into this hairpin. And I have no idea who's going to end up in the first place. Because look at that. Major Davis right down the inside. And he gets by basically everyone. But now we've got Zenki, who, by the way, like I say, he's made a fantastic start. He was last in the grid, now going right round the outside. Can he go down the inside again from P8? Down he goes. And on the exit, he might be on a harder tyre, but I think he might still be able to get this one done. And they're really going for this right around the outside. Can Zenki make this one work? No. Although he could have a go into the hairpin, he does, and there we go, up into P8 he goes. A really decent start, like I said. And Yuri's been held right up in all this, and Matt as well is right up here too. It is a massive train, and the 2 Renault drivers, the 2 sort of championship leaders for their respective tiers, aren't having the best time. They're sort of just stuck in no man's land, aren't they? Of course, it's worse for Matt because he's lower down in his tier. And looks like Bugatti is making a move, and Showman might have been off the track because he's been overtaken twice there in the same straight. and is now back ahead. Huh? I think we might be looking at a bit of desync here, not gonna lie. Apologies for that, we can't really control that. I don't know what just happened there. That's something you used to see on the old F1 games where a driver would just teleport and go ahead again. Anyway, yeah, he's been overtaken, I think, for real this time. And Showman's down into third, I think. And looks like Matter might be having a little go here on Kyle. Can he get by? It'll be defending on the inside for Kyle, which will really affect him on the exit. And there's a chance now for Matter to go down the inside, which he does. And does he get past into 6th place on the exit? Yes, he does. And Kyle, you know, sensibly didn't really fight that one. And into the pits on lap 3. I mean, I was expecting sort of lap 5 or 6, but yeah, that sort of shows how poor these tyres are. Yuri in the pits as well. So ultra soft tyres just don't work around this this track, and it is the soft compound tyres for both of them. They'll be pitting once again in this race later on for us in more softs. So it's a 2-stop for Ensuite, right down to the back of the field. Let's see what they can do from there. And Zenki now continues his rise up to the top by getting past Kyle. Does Kyle fight back? Does Kyle fancy a look on the inside? No, he doesn't. And he will stick behind for the time being. Remember, he is now the last ultra soft runner, so I wonder how long he'll stay for. Maybe he'll pit on this lap to try and cover off Yuri, because I do think these ultras are going to be completely gone, to be honest with you. And Matt is currently up into P10 at the moment, so it'll be interesting to sort of see where everyone ends up in their own sort of tiers here, because yeah, I'm not going to sit here working this all out throughout the race. Oh dear, I thought I saw a car going off, and it was Lee, who's had a bit of a mare. And he's now going to have to try and get himself back onto the track, but that puts him back onto the grass again. His race is ruined a little bit here. He might fall right down to last if he's not careful. And that'll ruin his tyres. That can really affect his grip, and that's sort of being shown by the fact he spun off again. And he's just not having a good time over here, is Lee. And Matter, or not Matter, just Matt, trying to get by Metzer. Can he get that one done? He's got the DRS against the McLaren, and looks like Matthew as well, pretty close. And there's Matter, I was talking about him, and he's ahead of Zenki. But Zenki certainly not going to get that one up. He might try again as Metzer stays ahead of Matt. And down the inside again, try Zenki, and that was a bit late, but if he can make it work around the outside, then that'll be a very nice move indeed. And he does so, I think. Oh no, he doesn't. They've had a crash. They had contact on the exit there, and Zenki into the wall, and he's lost his front wing. And oh, it's going to be into the side there of Ahmed. And that was a bit clumsy, to be honest. When you've got no front wing, you just leave it. And that's almost done a Vettel there, the Cyber. Oh, look at that on the exit. Cody almost spinning off into Narnia. And luckily he didn't. And Kyle into the pits, so I want to have a look and see how that affects, or where Yuri ends up compared to that. Of course, Zenki pitting as well. And yeah, I guess Yuri will be thinking about the undercut. He may not have been close enough for it, but since the ultras just die, like, they just die really quickly, it could actually be an inspired decision to pit this early. So, where is Kyle then? There he is on the exit, so it's actually still about 3 or 4 seconds. So the gap actually is quite big, but he's closed it, and there's only, you know, he can close properly. And Paul McGuinness says that it's Ericsson's fault. Fair enough. Can't complain about that one, that is gospel. And, yeah. Matthew then, he's looking at the podium now, and he's had a very good start. He's been able to get himself up into, like, say, that 4th place. He's got a good gap to Matter behind, and I think Bugatti did what Luke did in qualifying, except he didn't quite spin, he just had a massive slide. So he falls down to 4th, and that pushes Matthew into Fletcher up. And so, yeah, Matthew is on the podium now. Yay! And yes, he's having a good race so far. And Bugatti, just to add insult to injury, is now starting to get some penalties. You know, as if he wasn't having enough issues with his car not wanting to drive properly. That's probably Ericsson's fault as well. And Ahmed getting penalties as well. Turn 1, easiest place to get penalties because track limits is a bit difficult there. And Matthew, can he go for second now? Round the outside. It'll be an interesting move if he can make it work against the Haas of the Fletcher. On the exit, Matthew should have the speed, but actually it looks like it's the Fletcher pulling away originally, but now there's just no way through. Matthew, unless he does a Ricardo-esque switcheroo and sticks it up the inside, and he wasn't going to get past there, and he didn't. And Future, he's building a nice, comfortable gap up at the front. He's 5.3 seconds clear, and that, of course, being helped with Matthew and Bugatti and all that lot having their battles and incidents. And yeah, Future can just pull away in this race. He qualified second and is yeah, looking to go for that win. And Matthew, he's still there but it's not close enough here, but really it's he uses this DRS straight to catch up and then the next one to do the pass. If he can, that is. And I think Luke might have had a bit of an incident. He's done what he did. No, he hasn't. This is before he did that. This is actually the entry to hairpin, not the exit, where he's lost it. And there's Zenke going around the outside. Luckily, there was no incident between them two. And Zenke is up to 14th. And Matthew is not closer to the Fletcher. And Yuri gets a penalty as well. I think that's another turn 1 casualty. And it was. He's starting to close a little bit on Kyle. It's not massive gain, but it is gain. So we'll keep to keep an eye on that one, because obviously that is for the lead of their respective race, you know, compared to these guys. Obviously you got Future in the lead of this one, and when all the pit-stops happen, I believe it will still be Kyle in the lead of the F2 race. And we've got the 2 Ferraris here who are quite close. I wonder what we'll see here. Because see, this is F2 versus F1 here, and really, we weren't expecting to see this, were we? And Luke is on to Ultras, so I imagine he'll be pitting later on for a new set of softs, possibly, maybe mediums, after that spin, so we'll see what he can do. Maybe he wants that that fastest lap, and obviously that's worth a point, so be interesting to see how that one works out. But yeah, Major Davis, he is in DRS of his team, but I imagine he'll pull away eventually. And here's Matthew. He's certainly in the DRS of the Fletcher. And the Fletcher's got, well, he's got the right to defend it. And we'll see how he does it this time. He does it on the inside of quite a clever defensive maneuver. But you would imagine Matthew would get the exit. But he just doesn't seem to get it early enough. And, yeah, Matthew, unless he does something different, he's not going to get past using this method. He needs to try something else. He needs to try and force the issue and get that inside line to the hairpin, because it seems, you know, it seems to actually work out quite well. You even get the good exit from there as well. So you know, it's basically a win-win if you go from the inside, but he's not doing it. It's very good defense from the Fletcher, and it's yeah, paying dividends. He's still P2, and Bugatti is now right on the back of Matthew again, and that will cause Matthew a bit of a headache, as he falls a second behind the Fletcher now. Matt is on the back of Major Davis as well, looking to get by. And he'll get a really nice exit there, but Major Davis, he struggles so much that he actually, I mean, he must have went down to, what, 5th gear maybe into there. It just seems super slow. And Matt was just caught out by that. And here comes Bugatti then on Matthew. Matthew, he's going to try the same defensive technique as the Fletcher. And Bugatti's going to try the same Matthew maneuver, going around the outside. We've seen that doesn't work before. Will it work this time on the exit? Matthew pushes Bugatti right to the edge of the circuit and stays ahead. But now, in the slipstream, Bugatti only needs it for a couple of seconds. He'll look at the inside again, but his contact, don't know if there's any damage. Might be, maybe not visual, but certainly there was a hit. And right on the outside, still trying it, Bugatti, and just not finding his way through. But here, he'll get a very nice exit, and he wants to have that go, but Matthew has lost the car. Means that Bugatti has to brake, and he can't go for it. He's just stuck. He just cannot find his way through. And he's now just sort of starting to show himself in Matthew's mirrors, just trying to unnerve him a little bit, make him, you know, make his presence known, and yeah, we'll see if he can get past on this lap, but he certainly looks to be the quicker driver, and he's not struggling nearly as much as the Force India ahead of him. As Matter gets a penalty behind, he'll obviously catch up on all this very soon if they have another lap like the one they just had. And Ahmed gets a penalty as well. And here we go, Matthew once again defended on the inside. And oh, look at that! Bugatti actually got ahead before the braking zone. Fair enough. I didn't really think he had that overspeed, but actually he ends up braking too late, and he can't get it done. There's Matt in the background trying to get by Major Davis, can't quite do it, and Bugatti on the outside again. Can he get that one done? And there's nothing Matthew can do about that one. Oh, he almost loses the car there. He went to the grass on the entry, and one of his tires started to overheat a little bit. But Matthew's brave defensive third place finally comes to an end there. And he's down into fourth, and he's a bit wide there on the Vettel curve. And yeah, I wonder if he'll be taking a trip into the pits anytime soon. Too early at the moment. I think maybe leave it another couple of laps and he can. I think sort of lap 13 to 15, 16. Really, that's sort of their pit windows. Should have telemetry. Apologies. Probably would be useful for that. So ERS and stuff like that. And let's see, Matt on the inside. Can he finally get past Major Davis? Major Davis doing a fantastic job currently in the F2 tier. And yeah, up there in 6th place on the one stop. And I think honestly that Kyle and Yuri have messed their strategy up a little bit. I don't know really how they're going to get back from this. Around the outside, tries Matt. And on the exit, oh, he taps him a bit, but I don't think there's any damage. Can he get past? It's like they're allergic to overtaking on this track. I don't understand it. Matt tries on the outside. This is the same thing that Bugatti just did to Matthew, and he's crashed. And he slows down sensibly to make sure Major Davis stays ahead, which is, you know, the right thing to do, the sportsman thing to do. We'll avoid a penalty for him as well, but what it does do is it lets Big Metza catch up. Oh no. David Wallbank, shame on you. Go Power Fletcher. Shame on you. But you know, I'll give it to you. It's not the worst I've ever seen. And Matthews went to Narnia, so that's gone well for him. He lost a place to Matter there. And I think he probably will want to pit this lap, because honestly, them tires are completely gone. You can just see it. He's struggling so much. Matt into the pits for mediums. And yeah, Matthew, I think he's gone just a lap too long on these now, because he's just struggling so much. And yeah, it looks like Kyle actually... Oh! He did jump Matt, but there looks to be a bit of contact on the way down to turn 2. And round the outside goes Matt then. So I don't quite know what happened there, but we sort of caught it at the moment where there was contact. If there was contact, it might have been decent, or maybe just a weird lockup. But I think Matt's just let Kyle back through, has he? Or I don't even know. I was looking at the replay on the stream there to see sort of what happened there. There's a weird one, but Kyle is ahead then, and there's Zenki just behind these two as well. I think he will have to pit again. I can't see him getting them tires to the end, so his race is still a bit ruined, isn't it? And ASC Matthews sensibly does finally pit. And I guess, you know, going that extra lap does mean that he'll have a nicer time on these. And it's just about really... just about how much time he's lost, really. Honestly, I've been looking for Kyle and Matt, just as a reference point. Just to see sort of how close he is to them, if he's ahead of them, if he's behind them. I think he should be well ahead of them, like, and he is. So, hasn't been too many dramas in that department. I don't think he'll actually lose that many places, if any, and oh dear, he certainly won't lose any after that. Matter tries to get past on the exit, has contact with Bugatti and ends up in the grass. So Matter's tires are completely ruined now as a result, and he's not going to get past. So he's going to have to, pit at the end of this lap, I reckon, just to get them tires nice and clean. And Zenki and Matt both pass Kyle on the same straight at the same time, and Fletcher gets a penalty. So, still Future in the lead. Well, I'll say that he's not in the lead anymore. If anyone wants to stay out, then you'll take the lead. Come on, it's a free lead. Matter. You're the one person I expected not to stay out, you pleb. But he has stayed out and he's going to take the lead. So there you go, he takes the lead, but I'm surprised because I would have thought his tyres would be gone. But, oh well, there's me proved wrong. So, yeah, they're all going to be going on to the medium compound here. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't. And, yeah, we'll see how the field shakes out. There's still obviously a couple of people out there. And, Matthew there is, actually a bit... He's behind Bugatti still, because of course he is. And yeah, story of his life really. Can he get past? Was it the flash he was struggling with before, but he defended so well against Bugatti before, and he goes to the outside again. Listen, the inside is a great and wonderful place. If you can get it here, brilliant. Can he get it? Yes. On fresher tires, he finally gets the inside line on the exit, and now Bugatti comes back for more round the outside. Oh, that'd be nice if we could make that one work. And on the exit down the inside, he should be able to make that one work. And there's a bit of contact, and yeah, I don't see Matthew coming back from there unless he goes on the exit, which he doesn't. And yeah, just go at the inside to the hairpin. It just doesn't seem to work if he don't really. And yeah, let's see. Showman will stay for a couple more laps and probably go into some more softs later on. So he will have more speed at the end of the race. It's just a question of how much. And where's Matthew compared to these guys? Matthew is just ahead, and it looks like well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? That's the Red Bull. Is that Luke who's been lapped? I'm gonna have to assume it is. Yeah, it is. And Yuri gets by Ahmed, who just come out of the pits. Well, yeah, look at this. We've got a bit of a train now forming for that P3, and I imagine it'll last for a couple of laps because I can't see Showman pitting this early. He really needs a couple more laps on them tyres, or else he's going to have to go to mediums, and you know, it'd be a really questionable strategy then, won't it? I mean, yeah, he's got the point for the pole. What do you frickin' do? If you're going to end up not scoring very high on your tier, then is it really worth just ruining the strategy for one extra point on pole? You know, it's yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a learning experience. He'll probably learn from that. But we'll see if he can come back later on, and maybe he'll have a binding final stint. But for now, it's looking pretty grim, and he's got that group of cars behind, all looking to get past, and into turn one. He will be under pressure, or as he would have been if Bugatti hadn't lost the car. And Bugatti actually now puts himself under some pressure from Matthew. But Showman looks to be struggling on the exit, and he's got the same, you know, length of tire or length of time on the tires as Matthew had before. We saw how much Matthew was struggling, so expect the same sort of struggle, I guess, on Showman. And let's see, no moves looks like to be. Oh, there is a move. Diving goes Bugatti, and Bugatti gets past, and Matthew gets past, and Showman falls right down into 5th place. And Matthew now looks to get the two of them in one sequence of events, and he just wasn't brave enough to go to the inside there. He couldn't get it done, and has to stick behind Bugatti for a while longer, and he'll be sick to death of that cyber by the end of the race, I imagine. And yeah, these guys are now 7 seconds behind DeFletcher. Remember, Matthew was, I think, fighting DeFletcher for 2nd place earlier on. And he's looking pretty good for that, and it just sort of shows how these guys fighting have really lost them loads of time. And on the exit, here we go, Matthew down towards turn 1. He's going to go for the move, is he? Or is he just going to back out? Because he really should do. But that really compromises his line. Oh my, but not as much as Bugatti. He went off to Narnia there, and there it goes. Oh, Showman, you're really confusing me with your laggy situation, and I don't like that. You better not do that. You know, when something important's happening. And here we go. Here comes Bugatti, right round the outside, and there's absolutely no defence from Matthew. Bugatti gets straight past again, and Matthew has to stick behind for now. And Matter, he needs to be getting past Showman in a moment, because he's probably, you know, he sees that sparkling podium position ahead, and he sees Matthew might be getting a bit impatient behind that cyber, but he needs to make sure he keeps his head against Showman, who goes on the track, and that makes it rather easy for him to get by, and he should be able to catch these two now and create a free car fight for third place. And that'll be interesting to see. He's got the better tyres, just as Future says the fastest lap of the race. That helps him, obviously, because he'll get the extra point. He'll be getting 26 points from this race, as it stands, which is pretty handy, as Bugatti is off in Narnia, almost into the pit wall. And he is struggling. And he gets a penalty. He is really struggling right now. And Matthew still can't get by. No, he's tried the outside a few times now. Maybe it's time he tries the inside line, or maybe he'll be ahead before he even needs to worry about the hairpin. Bugatti, he will put his car on the inside once again for the hairpin, and it's time to see, can Matthew outbrake him and actually get around the outside? Because now from this angle, you know, you'd think that it was Bugatti overtaking Matthew, right? And that's the issue. He's putting himself into a position where actually Bugatti can get back past, but this time he's got a good exit and he's able to stick on the inside. But we're seeing how powerful the outside line is into here, and yeah, Bugatti stays ahead. So when Matthew just keeps choosing the wrong lines, but Bugatti has no grip. So he can save there a bit, Matthew, because he really was choosing the wrong lines basically every time there, and he just wasn't able to get past. He wasn't really being very he wasn't trying new things there. He kept trying the same lines, and we'll see how he defends. We saw he was okay at defending before, and we'll see how he gets it done this time. As down towards turn 1 they go. It's 3 little bursts of DRS. One here, that's just ridiculous. One here, no, oh dear. If he makes an overtake out of that, Bugatti, I'd be disappointed. Oh dear. I mean, come on, how blatant do you want to get? And Matthew gets back right outside, and to be honest with you, I kind of hope Matter gets past him here. And this is going to become free abreast. Look at this, here we go, down towards the hairpin. A bit dirty from Bugatti, to be honest, but Matter, as a result, looks to get the two of them. Can he get around the outside? Oh my god, this is I mean, what is Zenki going to do? That's what I want to know. Zenki can be right in this here. And Matter, does he get the two of them? He gets one of them. Which is still a result. I don't think he was expecting to get any of them on this lap, but there you go. Matter up into 4th and Matthew down to 5th. And down the inside, Matter just tries to scare Bugatti a little bit. Holds up the other guys as well. And Zenki can have a look on Matthew down the inside. He goes into the metal curve. And on the exit, they want to make sure there's no contact. And there is none, which is good. Although a little bit of decent contact of anything into there. Pulling onto the corner. And nothing into the last corner, so they all live to fight another day. Thank God. Here's Matt. Here's Matt, the championship leader. Currently, you know, quite low down the field, unfortunately. And there's Zenki getting round the outside of Matthew. Matthew just not having a good day today. He's been in the right positions, but now he's looking at he's going to fall down the field. Obviously, you know, Zenki's going to have to pit again, but he's on 10 lap older tyres. He's able to still fight this. And Matt wanted down the inside of the two of them, or down the middle I should say, and he does get down the inside of the two of them. And on the exit, well, I mean, there was sort of nowhere for him to go, but luckily, since he had so little speed there, Matt stayed behind the two of them, because I think they would have been pretty unhappy if they got past, but Matthew does get past. Matthew falls down into 7th. So, not good for him then, unfortunately. And Bugatti is not letting Matter, he's not really dropping him, is he? Although Matter is getting penalties, but you know what? Haven't really mentioned the leading battle, of course, because we've been too busy on this fight for third, but it's got to be said, D. Fletcher is only 2.5 seconds back, and that isn't, you know, a million miles. He probably could catch up here. So, let's see how that one works out, but yeah, they're not nearly close enough to focus on yet. So, it's just, you know, something for the back of your mind, you know, to think about. And Matthew gets a penalty. And I think there's only one more T1 behind him. I'm gonna check the order. I just wanna desync. And lag and all sorts there, so I beat the Ferrari. He wasn't just stopped still, he hadn't stopped for a wee burger or something. But yeah, I think Showman is currently the lowest of the F1 guys, and he'll be currently scoring just 4 points, I think. And yeah, Major Davis is currently, by the looks of it, in the lead of F2. So not bad. Don't think he was expecting the W today, but he might well be getting it. Like I say, I'll check this out at the end just to be sure, but that's alright. That's what we're sitting at the moment, and yeah, Bugatti is still in third, and somehow, well, yeah, somehow he's still in third. I don't really know how. I don't know. I was sort of expecting Matter to get by, but I think he did have one attempt, but he got repassed straight away. That's going to be said. Apart from that cheeky driving, if to be kind, I had to turn one to get past Matthew again. After that, you know, he's been having a great defensive drive today. And I don't know if anyone's going to say anything about him going off the track to gain an advantage. So, you know, he really should probably have an investigation on him. But I don't know. I'm not a steward here. I don't decide penalties. So I guess I'll leave that up to them. But apart from that one little moment, he is having a good day. He's great defensive driving, and it's you know, it's working out for him well. Although of course the side effect of that is that he's 13 seconds off second place. And yeah, I mean, Matter, he is just 5/10 off. It's not like he's miles off, is it? So we'll see if he can get through at some point. I said in qualifying they're going to need about 5/10 out of the exit towards the hairpin in that massive long stretch. So we'll see if he's anywhere near that by the time he ends the first sector. He's only using 1 energy while the guy's using 2, which is an instant advantage to the Cyber driver. And I wonder if Matter is just biding his time. Will he save his ERS or will he go for it here? Because he's really going to close up now. Using more energy, using the DRS, and looking for the outside line. The line we've seen so many people try but not succeed with. Will we finally see someone get it right? No, I don't think we will. So, hint to all, just go down the limit inside. And not into there, because the inside doesn't work into there. Come on, I'm learning more about this than you lot, drivers. And this is a fight for the lead, I think, of F2. So, you know, 25 points in this. I think. Yes, these two are currently 4th and 5th in their drivers' battle. I don't think actually a switching position will change it too much, but you know, bragging rights, they are fighting for the W, and they're gonna hope to get that W. So, yeah, very important to focus on this one. But it does look like Metz is struggling a little bit. Bugatti gets a penalty. Oh dear, where's Matter? There he is, going right round the outside. And I don't think that's going to work unless he gets a godly exit. And Senki, you know, it's got to be said, Senki on these tires is doing a fantastic job. Maybe he won't need to pick, because he just seems to be able to work them really well. He's got so much grip, and there goes Bugatti back past Matter. And I sense a 3 wide moments here. What about you? Down the inside goes Zenki on the 2 of them. This is for the podium position. And he does get Matter. He covers him off on the exit. And that's why you go on the inside. Because the second someone tries it, lo and behold, they've passed someone. Just saying. Just saying. So up to 4th place then. Goes Zenki on absolutely ruined tyres. And Metza. Oh, look, they're so close, these two. And Major Davis, he goes wide. He goes wide. Can Metza find his way through? Ahmed's not too far off of this, remember. And yeah, 25 points in it for these guys. So they don't want to make too much of a mess here, but a win is on the line, so they need to be careful. But what about Zenki then? Can he get them tires to the end? I mean, he seems to have plenty of grip in them still. He's having a great run on them. 20 lap stint, and he's still got another, what, 8 laps to do on them. Maybe a bit ambitious, but we'll see anyway. As he has a go on Bugatti, he's going for the outside line, that horrific outside line. And what's he going to do? He does get ahead for now, but Bugatti, I I don't know, he just kind of ran to the back of him on the entry to the corner. Didn't really get, I think, what he's expecting there, but he's still side by side. Still has a good run. And he gets back ahead, and we know the outside line here is rather strong, so we'll see if he can use it to his advantage on the exit. I think he can. Zenki not going to get by for now. Although there was a bit of a slidey moment, I think, with Bugatti, and Zenki might have a wee look on the inside. He was threatening. Matter is also threatening in the background of this, and Matt too. And side by side, Zenki on the inside, almost contact. There is contact, and a spin then for Bugatti, and that might well be Zenki in a bit of trouble. He's had 2 incidents today now, and this one has taken Bugatti out of the podium position, and it really wasn't ever going to work, that move, was it? So, look at that, Matthew, he's fallen so far behind, he's only getting past now. Wow. And here's the 2 Mats going for it. For P4, Zenki then on the podium. I wonder if he'll keep it though. I wonder if he'll have to pit. We'll have to wait and see. But here we go. A bit of weaving from Mats to try and find the other car that actually slipstream. And now he's slipstreaming him. Can he have a look? No, he's going to let Matter do whatever and hope for a better exit. But Matter, he's I mean, really, you know, he's on 10 lap mirror tires. So it really shouldn't be that much of an issue. And Bugatti, once again, Matthew gets overtaken by this guy. Matthew sees the back of that side for the 7th or 8th time in a row for you, and he's getting absolutely sick of him by now, I imagine. Does he get around the outside? We know this is the preferred line to here, but he's going to go off the track. And he just can't get past this guy. Just not having a good day when it comes to getting past the Cyber. What a shame. I mean, oh, he's Narnia. Just Narnia. Oh dear. And he's retired from the session, and that's just a bit of a dangerous position to retire from, to be honest. I hope no AI, or who his AI isn't retarded and isn't going to kill anyone else. We'll see what Kyle sees. Okay, it's pulled off the track, so that's fine. And Metzer, still then, just a couple of attempts away from the win for F2. He'll be having a wee look, and surely we'll be hoping to get by in the near future. Only 2 tenths separating them, and Matter gets past. Does he? Or will Zenki use the inside line, the stronger inside line? Oh no! Well, he actually did, but Matter just has a massive slide. Zenki did well to see that one and not have any accidents there. And round the outside tries Matt. We know this is the stronger line. And down the inside, the championship leader moves up into 3rd place then. And Major Davis and Metzer still going for it. Metzer cannot get his way past. He's doing all he can to get the win, but he's just not able to do it at the moment. And Zenki then down as well to P5. And yeah, I mean, you gotta say, Major Davis, he's doing a fantastic job. I couldn't say I've expected him to be in the race winning position for F2 right now, but there you go. I'm sure he won't complain about it. And yeah, just about whether he can hold on now. Let's quickly check the fastest laps, because obviously there's a point for that as well. Obviously we know that Future is going to get the F1 by only 2/1000 of a second. That isn't going to hurt at all. Major Davis hasn't got the fastest lap for F2 though. I think that is going to have a little look down. That one is going to go to Yuri at the moment, I believe. So we'll get 1 extra point out of this. But here we go right the outside. Tries Metzer for the race lead. Will he do the cutback on the inside? Yes, he will. And he's got a great exit out into the lead. Then goes Metzer. But will Major Davis come back? He's got a good run. We know the outside line is the better one to be on. He's going to hope to go on the inside. We'll see if that one works out. He goes late on the brakes. And on the exit, Metzer doesn't take the outside line. Instead, he goes for the cutback, which doesn't really work for you there. And so Major Davis keeps that leading position. But it's a good exit from Big Metzer. Will he have a wee look on the inside? No. Zenki. That's pretty close, isn't it? Matter back up to the podium. I think I might have missed that, actually. Oops. Apologies for that. I think I did miss that one. Did I miss that one? I don't recall if I missed that or not. If I did, I apologise. But here's Zenki. I mean, Matt could still get past Matter, so it could still be okay. I was gonna make a matter pun, but I'm not going to. I'm not that bad. Although maybe the fact that I was considering it, maybe that's bad enough to warrant me just losing all respect for people, or people losing respect for me. I don't know. But yeah. Just 5 laps to go, by the way, including this one. Schulman gets past Ahmed, so Ahmed can't really catch this leading battle at the moment because he's too busy being overtaken. But these two can still fight it hard, and you know, maybe have issues. I think they're about to lap their fellow F2 driver here in Luke. But I mean, Ahmed really isn't that too far away. I mean, Showman should be quicker than these guys, but his tires are about to go, so I don't know. I just, oh, look at that! Oh, that's a real nightmare. That's a real nightmare. The AI car isn't ghosted. What a joke! What a complete and utter joke. It said he was AI, wasn't he? And I think he's alive again. I think he's sort of got his act together. He went to AI for a minute there, but I think actually most of it was actually his fault there. But I don't know. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and blame the AI. Oh! I think there was a mistake there, or was it more lag? It was more lag. Poor Metzi, probably thought he got into the lead there for a second, but I think he's got the run now. Major Davis does a bit of weaving, defending hard on the inside, and I don't even know if I should believe that or not. Okay, believe it. He's just made a massive mistake as Major Davis. He missed the breaking point by miles, and Metza in to the lead of Zenki out of the race. I wonder how he's done that one. As Yuri definitely confirms his yeah, that's how Zenki's died. His second time in the wall there. Yuri confirms his F2 fastest lap status there with the fastest lap of the race as a whole. Oh, Bugatti just about holds on. Thought he was gonna be dead there for a second, not gonna lie. And we've got just 3 to go, so it's Future who leads this race for F1, also gets the F1 fastest lap at the moment, and it's Metza who currently leads the F2 race, with Yuri getting their fastest lap. And I'm not going to go through points, that will literally take all day. Although I might try it, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see if I'm good at that. I think it was contact. There was contact. Major Davis went straight to the back of Metza. He's got front wing damage. But actually, that'll give him a nice run up here because he has less downforce to play with. So here we go for the lead of the F2 race. Can he get past? He's got the inside as Major Davis, so he's got the advantage there. And Metza on the exit with more downforce should be able to pull ahead again. And as they head down to, I think, turn 7 is this? Yeah, I think. And they push Major Davis off the track a little bit, and Metza will not try that outside line, which works really well. You should try it, mate, because it's going to cost you the win, possibly. Oh, that's a Showman, and one of his tyres went. Looking for the puncture there, I don't see one. Trying to, oh, he's hit his teammate. Is there any damage there, or has he just sort of spun that one on his own? With no sort of issue. I don't know what's happening there. I think Yuri might have just crashed into the side of. Oh, hold on. Race with a move. That was nearly. That could have been a move into turn 1. And on the exit, Major Davis is really slow. And all I'm going to say here is Ahmed is right up on this. Only 2 laps to go. And Ahmed is seeing that F2 victory right before his eyes. His eyes are lighted up here. And he sees a victory now. And we got a 3-car fight for the F2 victory here in Germany. Here goes Major Davis. He defends the inside, as he's done a few times now, and it works out well for him. He's got Ahmed, and as Metza gets past, back into the lead again. A good run on the exit. Obviously, the downforce will help there. Oh, he's going to try back down the inside. Major Davis tries it, and well, Metza has used the outside line there. Maybe he'll have learnt that one for the next lap, because he's only got 1 more lap to defend this lead, and it's going to be against 2 people here. Easier said than done. And Major Davis into the Vettel curve, gets back into the lead, but now Metza should be able to have a run on the exit, but he won't. And Ahmed really wants to get involved, but the track here is just too narrow to be able to go for anything here. And on the exit of the final corner, Metza will have the DRS then. Will he be able to have a go into turn 1? Of course he won't. It's a suicidal move. But certainly, further on down the straight, he can have a go at this here. It's just about where he can pick his point. And if these two fight too hard, Ahmed will be ready. And he's went a bit wide there, Ahmed. So maybe not. But here we go. Metza. This is it. The final lap. The move for the win. Can he get it right on the outside? Yes, he can. But Major Davis breaks super late once again. And Metza does stay ahead. We have a winner, by the way, for F1. As all that is happening, Future takes a checkered flag, and he'll take the point past that as well. But with these guys, I don't know who's going to take the lead here, because it's Major Davis back down the inside again. And Ahmed, he just can't keep close here. And Major Davis, he's just behind for now. We'll see how penalties, affect us all. Matter finishes third, with Matt himself in fourth. Bugatti, we'll see what he ends up with penalties. Actually, he'll be fifth, won't he? This is sort of no real point complaining about that. Oh, Davis nearly went for it there. Here comes Metza. Round the last corner. Metza is going to come home, I think, to take the F2 victory, as long as there's no penalties that change anything. So Metza takes F2 victory then, and Yuri has crossed the line to confirm he gets that extra points, and Kyle actually ends up second in F2 because of Major Davis's penalties. So, let's try and work this all out. I think I've got this right. I hope. I think you just skip this. It's podium. Who cares about the podium? So let me just let's confirm the results then. So for F1, it is Future who takes the win and the fastest lap, so he gets 26 points. Then it is the Fletcher in second, Matt third, Matt fourth, Bugatti fifth, Showman sixth, and that's it. That's all the finishers for that. And then F2, it is Metza from Kyle, Major Davis, Ahmed, Yuri, Coney, and Luke. So that is your finishers then. 6 from F1, 7 from F2, and yeah. Hope you've enjoyed VSL. I think this is, it's been the best race of the season. We've had really good numbers. There we had full 17 cars there. It's fantastic. And this is good. I like this. I'm liking the new VSL style. This is much better than the old system. It's better to have 2 races going on at the same time. And I think that worked quite well. So thank you all very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I don't know if this is our last race for the Christmas break. I need to ask Sam about that one. But if it is, have a very, very Merry Christmas. And take care. Oh yeah, and safe travels, of course.